Just waiting for the comments to come through, folks. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Keith here from Command the Hoops Celtic. I do Q&A. Obviously, I done my post-match reaction, a short video talking about the game tonight. So get your comments in. Let's engage. Let's have a chat about what a performance. What an absolute performance. I'm absolutely buzzing like is all. What a performance. So just waiting for the comments to come through now. Said if you haven't seen the video of me talking about the game, 7-minute video, have a look at it as well, like it, and subscribe as well. So let's see what comes through. Hell. There's no better way to start it off. 3 points behind Rangers now. Clean sheet tonight. 3 debutants. Absolutely unbelievable. Great to see Jota back. Great to see Jamesy back. Great to see Georgios back. We were just dominant, absolutely dominant tonight. And what a performance. I was saying to myself, well, I have a whiskey and watch the game. I went too much on it last night, staying up to 4 a.m., watching the NFL, watching the Steelers game. But, a few cups of tea, it's been well. But welcome to the channel, folks. Get the comments in. I know everybody's going to be talking about Rio Hatate. He's going to be the talk of the town, talk of the island, talk of the world, talk of Japan. The Japanese be waking up in a few hours' time. And it'll be trending Rio Hatate. The Japanese manager is definitely going to be calling him up, unfortunately. But we need him. Keep him here. Keep him at the Celtic squad. Look at Japan are second in their group. They're in the same group as Australia. So we'll see what happens. Get the comments in, folks. It'd be really appreciate if you can. Let's see. So I said I'll pop on, engage just and see what you have to say as well. But okay, we're happy 60th birthday tomorrow, John. I hope you have an absolute blinder. What a great early birthday present you're getting there. Absolutely unbelievable, unbelievable class it is. And I hope you get spoiled and get a CR Smith jersey or a nice card. Unbelievable. Happy birthday to you, my friend, and I appreciate you subscribing to the channel as well. Absolutely class. There's not going to be many people in because there's obviously other Celtic podcasts on some fantastic podcasts like Hale 67. Hamish and the team are unbelievable. Hamish and John, Stephen, unbelievable. Celtic Fan TV, Judy Talks, Axon, they've been absolutely brilliant, absolutely class here. Irish Mick, everybody says there's some fantastic Celtic vloggers out there. Make sure that you subscribe to their channels as well. At the end of the day, they do their own thing. Like myself, I do my own thing. I will be recruiting people for the podcast soon because my current crop of podcasters are obviously busy all the time. And that's what happens, But I want to get people to come on and be obviously ecstatic and be happy. So time will come. I'm obviously doing hand solo at the moment. So let's get these comments in. Let's talk about the game. There is exactly 3 years in, so let's look out for yous. Was it Hatate in the midfield? He's box to box, work rate. He's chasing down the ball. He's passing. It's just even the shot on even with his left foot that the keeper saved. He just looked unbelievable. I was literally taken back with the performance that he done. Thanks very much, Carter. I hope you're doing well. I really appreciate it. I appreciate everyone that subscribes to the channel, folks. I'm on the road to the Magic 9, Magic 9K. 10K will come when it comes, but I need to get to 9K, and every sub is crucial. As I said, once I get to the Magic 10K, I will be doing giveaways, giving away a few jerseys, hopefully a few mugs, hopefully a nice customized frame with a few Celtic pebbles in it, nice quote on it. We shall see, but the hard work has to pay off, and let's engage and see what you feel about the game tonight. Jota looked well when he came on, looked sharp. James Forrest looked sharp. The defense looked really organised tonight. There was spells that Carter Vickers, was literally falling over himself at times. Very similar to the Hampden showdown that we had against them. But Greg Taylor, we need to sort out that left back position. He is not good enough to be starting a weekly basis for Celtic. Yes, he's not bad as a second choice left back, but I really believe we need to go out in the market and invest in a left back. If he's not going to play Jovanovic there, or he's not going to play Scales, give Scales frequent time, or young Montgomery. Montgomery's probably going to go on loan, give him a few minutes under the belt. But I wish we scored in the second half as well, Patrick. I felt like we took the foot off the pedal around the 70th minute. Obviously, when the changes were being introduced, getting the fitness back in, holding the game. And the Hibs didn't really cause pressure in the second half. Joe Hart took the ball down with his chest. It looks like he was about to catch it. Took it down his chest, 40 yards out. Just looked comfortable on the ball. Big time. Thanks very much for the comment. Thomas, hope you're well. The whole team looked hungry and the newsboys fitted in well. Good times ahead. Yeah. I'm sure Rangers fans and Rangers and other teams around us, that's like, Jesus, they're getting something together here. They really are getting something together. And there is something promising coming. And we have Kyogo to come back as well, and Julian. So bring them on. We have Alloa at the weekend. Hopefully it'll be like a hockey score, just hammer them, away in Alloa in the Scottish Cup. I would make a few changes. I'd probably bring Bain in, bring Scales in, bring Ralston in, bring Welch in, Carter Vickers, start Gucci, start McGregor, start Hatate, give him more time on the ring, play Jamesy, on the left Johnson, and then in front Giakoumakis for Alloa, because we don't want to be giving away, especially a pitch like Alloa, getting players injured again, calf strains and hamstring injuries, we can't keep them obviously hiding away from the big showdowns, but we have big games coming up. We have Tynecastle Wednesday week. We have Dundee United at Celtic Park, and then we have Rangers in the second as well. So, I think it is a plastic pitch. I'll check it now. If anyone's from Alloa, let us know what that pitch is like, will you? Someone's going to be smart and say, once it's green, it has white lines on it. That's the main thing. Yeah, it is a plastic pitch. It's a plastic pitch, folks. So, with Celtic's record on plastic pitch is not great. So hopefully you can get out there, as I said, make them wholesale changes. You wouldn't call it, if no one say a fringe team, so say put Bain in goal on Saturday or Sunday, whatever we're playing. I keep forgetting the fixtures. Because it's only Monday. That's why I'm not taking that far ahead. Trying to take in this result tonight. I'm overwhelmed, like most of us. Bain, Ralston, Scales, Welch, CCV, Gucci. If Beaton's fit, we could play Beaton. Rest Cal, if he's fit. Hatate, Beaton, Jamesy, Johnston, and Giakoumakis up front against Alloa. I thought Giakoumakis played well when he came on. Obviously, he had a good battle with Rocky of Hibs, but see what happens. I just thought we could have been 4-0 at half time. I thought Willie Collins' refereeing decisions were outrageous tonight. There's a high foot on Maeda, and in the first half, and he didn't call it. Fair enough. Tommy pulled in like a rugby tackle on one of the Hibs players, but the Gooch. There's only one Gooch, and that's Colin Cooper from Kerry. But we'll start calling this guy the Gooch. The Gooch. Still need to find a ball, especially from Maeda. I thought Maeda played well. I sometimes he does overthink on his crossing, but I thought his walk rate tonight was phenomenal. He really got stuck in, and I literally, my heart was in my mouth when he hit the post with his right foot when he went down. I was like, here we go, it's Julian deja vu all over again. But he recuperated well. It was great to see Jota come on. This new Jack Grealish look, as you want to call it. He's not. No, look it. But I thought we played well. I want to go. Just keep riddling the comments here and it'd be great. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, if he's only new watching this on the way home on the supporters bus or on the train or strolling down the roads with a glass of Buckfast or a nagging of Buckfast, whatever you're drinking, subscribe to the channel if you can. Yeah, so it's a plastic pitch. Okay, but tonight is about getting them 3 points. Imagine we didn't get them 3 points. I'll be coming on and I'll be having a rant and deck about how the performance wasn't great, but the performance was absolutely remarkable. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Like as I said, the only fault tonight was Greg Taylor. He's the weakness. He is the weakness. Like I understand he's only getting back into the team, but he is not the answer. Left back. If he's agreeing with me, please comment below. If he's thinking I'm a bit harsh on him, it's only title to opinion at the end of the day. You know, I appreciate feedback on this, but Taylor is just not the answer for our left back for competing for this title. We need to put Jovanovic over there, or Scalzi has to be, because he had so many. He did give in a nice ball, like towards the penalty, but otherwise, he's not the answer. Definitely. Put the pressure off them away and at the Sheep tomorrow. Look at Aberdeen, be up for it. Aberdeen were unfortunate to get a result at Ibrox. They were 2-1 up, and then you know what happens. The penalty show happens as usual. The penalty show, but look, it's Scott Brown will have them up tomorrow up for it. Dean McGee, if Johnny Hayes is fit, he'll be up for it. But Aberdeen are not going to walk all over. Be walked all over by Rangers, and at the end of the day, see what happens. Come on, the Dons tomorrow. Back in the Dons. Back in the Sheep. But let's see what happens. Look, it's a big statement tonight that Celtic went out there full house, conducting themselves in that way and playing outstanding football on the flanks. James Forrest was unbelievable on the flanks. That touch. In the second half, to cut in and hit it, the dip on it as well. Hatate was unbelievable. I was taken back by the performance. Literally was taken back. Half times was like, whew, we got a baller in our hands here. We got a real good baller in our hands. There's a share button below, folks. Click the share button. I am streaming off StreamYard, so I can pin the comments into the video. As I said, if you're first time coming across the channel, please subscribe. Hit that thumbs up below, that thumbs up or a comment. Comments are crucial. How good was it to see the players all playing for each other? Okay, that's probably the comment of the night. Look at everybody played for each other tonight. Jovanovic was outstanding on right back. As I said, Taylor had his faults, but Carter Vickers bailed out Starfelt many times, and Starfelt won the battle between Nesbitt and Boyle. He won all the headers. At the end of the day, he was stuck in. And that's the main thing. And he's just missing that goal, as I keep saying. He needs a goal just to give him a little bit more confidence. He just at the back, I hate saying this, but he's like Bambi on ice. He just doesn't feel comfortable bringing the ball up in some games. And then he has games where he just takes a chance. Sometimes I do miss them IR runs as much as, look at IRs in the past, but that's what we're missing. We're missing that kind of send it back and take the ball up, push it up, but with that midfield department, we have enough energy in there to take the ball up and test the keeper. And we tested the keeper a couple of times from outside the box tonight, which was good, which was promising. And I was like, and Hatate took that shot and was going into the left corner to keep the ball up, and I say, but yeah. I think it's a bit too early to look at saying English clubs would be looking at him. But if he keeps up that momentum and for 6 months in, look at English clubs are so-called looking at Kyogo. Kyogo's going nowhere. Kyogo's going to be at Celtic for at least 3 years. These Japanese boys are here for a project under Ange. And as I said in the channel, I've done a video on this. I think it's time the board give Ange this contract. I know it's a rolling contract until the end of the season. I think it's time we need to nail this guy down and give him the contract. If we don't win the league, it's not the end of the world. We're seeing something good that's happening at Celtic at the moment. We've had to come back from a shitstorm of a terrible season last year. And Ange was openly said it, that some players are broken and hurt from what happens. And they're still in shock, some players. But for them players, they must be the Deadwood players, because look at the likes of Anthony Ralston. He's had to coming in and being outstanding. Conor McGregor has the captain's armband. He's looking like a phenomenal player. Tom Rogic is literally chasing down everything these days. He's not the lazy Tom Rogic. He's been remarkable and he's getting better and better. And we're getting to see nearly Tom Rogers at full 90-minute games at this rate, you know. But at the end of the day, it's been class. What I think about the Ange contract situation is, I would give him a 2-year deal. Give him a 2-year deal. For example, if we don't win the league, means that we can go into next year, focus on winning the league. We'll have a core squad there, players that we bring in January that will be settled and ready to go. Because these players tonight, the two Japanese boys that started, I was going to say the Gucci, Maeda and Hatate. It's where they would have been here for months, you know. Absolutely class, unbelievable stuff. So keep sharing if you can. There's a share button there. If it's the first time viewing the channel, please subscribe. And it's just a Q&A talk, just getting your comments up as well. Yeah, Rogers has been class. It's just been unbelievable. And today is the anniversary. The anniversary. This day, 2013, he signed for the Glasgow Celtic. As I said in the pre-match, he made his debut against Inverness away. And he had a storm of a game. Absolute stormer. With his with his Under Armour neck thing up, his neck warmer, you know, the old Nike neck warmer. That jersey was unbelievable. That 2012-13 jersey, one of the best Celtic jerseys ever. Well done, John. Yeah, but look at the Japanese media. Obviously, be looking at this and they'd be talking about like Rio Hatate. Look at even at the end when he was announced man of the match, James Forrest said, "You're not getting the man of the match," and obviously there was a Lambich barrier there, and he's like, "Me." So yeah, it was class. It was absolutely class to see. You know, he's just going to get better and better. Stephen, welcome back into the channel. Hope you're well. Yeah, he looks like a baller. You know what? As I said, a few people have said this again tonight. It looks like they're all playing for each other. They chase down everything. And what I recognised in the game was Abada was pushing up in the wing, and he looked back and he seen Maeda deeper, and he seemed like Rogers and Hatate deeper. And he said, "You know what? I'm not going to press until they're pressing with me." But pressing the ball has been remarkable this season. And you know what, Joe Hart, it's a clean sheet for him tonight. We have to give him the points. You know, he came out, done the job. It's another clean sheet. Hopefully, you get the Golden Glove. You know, I had someone saying to me the other day that Craig Gordon looks like the keeper this season, the keeper of the league this season. I disagreed. And I said, well, look at, he has pulled off some remarkable saves for Hearts and won some crucial points for Hearts, but it has to be Joe Hart. Now, the only thing Joe Hart needs to focus on is his ball distribution. When he gets that ball, that should be just going straight up the field, you know? So let's see. Stop taking the knee. Look, I think the whole knee thing is it's getting out of fashion now at this rate. I know we want to obviously kick racism out of football, and can completely understand that, but it's getting to the stage where, you know, it's old news now. We've had that, and you know, the only way you can deal with racism in football is doing campaigns, kick it out campaigns, red card and racism in football, you know, promoting it, doing on TV advertisements, going to kids' schools, promoting it, sharing experience of racism being shown in football and the effects it has on a player. You know, it's a topic that, you know, the knee needs to be just forgotten about. You know, the only way you can do it is your teammates back you, and if that person, if it's a footballer using racist comments against another footballer, ban them. Give them a 15-match ban. At the end of the day, it's come to the stage where I'm sick of saying it. Like, let's just kick the ball. Let's just let the guys out there kick off straight away and do it, you know. And that's the most important thing. And with the EPL money behind him, Academy, yeah. Look at it, like a couple of vloggers said, I should have to end the coil from the Huddle Breakdown. He done a fantastic quote on this tonight, and he said that with Ange, we're starting to obviously venture into these markets that we've never done before. Like, we got Nakamura from Serie A from Regina, but we didn't really look at the Japanese market. We had Mizzulu after him, which didn't really work out. But the Asian market will be a market that we're going to keep scouting in, no question about it. I know there's been players that have been linked to the club, like the Iranian winger, and then we were looking at other players in Algeria. But look, it's at the end of the day, it's I think it's has to stop. Football is not political. I know. At the end of the day, it's all about playing 90 minutes and supporting your team, and that's the way it is. Some people think too much into it, but as I said, I'm not. I'm just getting fed up saying it. All I just want to say is that ball, free form football, attack. It's on at 3 o'clock, kick off 3 o'clock. None of this 30 minutes or 30 seconds or 10 seconds, But yeah, but like, the only thing I have to say about Celtic is I don't think we will be going looking at the likes of the American market now, or maybe South America, because of like them teams are trying to obviously milk the prices. We were looking at obviously Luis Enrique from Graham. Looks like he's going to be going somewhere else. We were dominant. We were absolutely dominant in the whole game, from back to front. The pressing on against Hibs. Hibs at times were just couldn't get the ball off us, and they had a little bit of spell in the second half for about 6 minutes where they had the ball, but they didn't really cause a threat in Joe Hart. Starfelt was comfortable in the air, but regards to actually tracking back, he was bailed out a couple of times by Carter Vickers, and that's the joys of centre backs. But I would like to see him get a bit more time before Julian comes back. Julian might start the weekend against Alloa, we shall see. Beaton could be back the weekend. I don't know what the situation is with Beaton. I didn't watch Ange's press conference or post-match reaction, That's it. And I would not be surprised we'd be looking at the Aussie market. We'll look at the A-League, because there is some promising talents. Look at the whole of Riley McGree. It's in the past now. Who picks a championship team that has an average attendance of 20,000 to a 60,000 seater stadium with European Cup winners? Is not right in the head. Yes, the championship is a cracking league, but let's be honest. Celtic Football Club, it's 10 times the club than Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough may have more money because they're playing in a lot of TV rights league, the Sky Bet Championship, but let's be honest, Borough are nowhere near the caliber of Celtic. You don't go across to like Santa Ponsa and see a Middlesbrough supporters bar, or you go to Bulgaria and you see a Middlesbrough supporters bar, or go to Australia, there's a Middlesbrough supporters bar. Celtic fans are renowned everywhere in the world. You'll always go somewhere and you'll see someone in hoops, not a Middlesbrough jersey. So look, I'll leave him to it. He's in the past. Let him make his decision. I'm sure he'd be probably regretting his decision. They're not going to get promoted. They have a good manager, Chris Wilder, but look, we move on. Move on from him. At the end of the day, he looked like a good prospect, but we don't want to be going out there and doing a bidding war for a guy that doesn't want to play for as simple as that. At the end of the day, Ange just said, "Look, I wish him the very best." As well, just it was a discussion that didn't work for both parties, and that's it. That's what happens in football. If it was a case that it was like an Ivan Toney or a Niall McGinn, I would have been like, "This is the board's fault." But at the end of the day, Celtic were being ambitious, but Riley McGree wasn't being ambitious about his career. He was thinking in his head, "Oh, I played the championship, and I'm gonna go there and I see the championship play. I played against some of these teams already." So look, I'll leave him to it. Hopefully David Turnbull will come back. And I was thinking to myself tonight when I was watching this, I was like, we're Hatate playing so well. How's Turnbull going to get back into the squad? Like, his link-up play with Rogic was unbelievable. With Abada, like this 3 weeks. And this is the first time in, I think, in about 6 or 7 years where we didn't go abroad to the likes of the boy, because we know what happened with the boy last year. And the boys look sharp. You wouldn't think they were on a 3-week break. They were absolutely sharp from back to front. As I said, the only concern from tonight, what I viewed, was Greg Taylor's distribution of the ball. He got a couple of decent crosses in, but he's not the left back answer. And Mikey Johnson came on and he gave a fantastic ball in, cut through between the two centre backs, nice slip in to Giakoumakis, and it just unfortunately was offside. Ryan Christie as well. If Bournemouth don't get promoted, he'll probably end up stuck up in that league. Look, at Bournemouth are looking strong enough in the championship. I think they will. Look, at Ryan Christie didn't want to be at Celtic. His dad wanted him out of Celtic. At the end of the day, it's all about money. money talks in football, and you don't want to be adored by 60,000 fans and you want to play in the Vitality Stadium, where there's only like 12,000 fans or 20,000 fans max. Your head's not on it, mate. You can play in the Premier League. You just want to be back down there with Stewie Armstrong, down closer to his buddy. Can understand that. It just maybe wanted to change, Sometimes change is good for professional footballers. You have to taste the Glasgow, you want to move on, and sometimes the grass is not green on the other side. So I'm not going to hold grudges against Ryan Christie. I think he done well at Celtic. Spells some seasons. I thought the treble season, he played very well for us. Even the 9 in a row season, the first 3 months, I thought he was outstanding. But look, there's no point holding grudges against players, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I made it clear as well with the Leigh Griffiths videos. If you haven't seen it, there's no point holding grudges. Everybody's looking at pinning Leigh for what he's done wrong at Celtic than what he's done good at Celtic. 123 goals, 260 appearances, 14 honours. That's enough there to put yourself in folklore and being a part of a invincible team. Off the field, yes, frustrating for Celtic fans to feel like that. But look, I don't hold a grudge against Leigh Griffiths, and that's simple as it is. Look, I have judged against them wrong in the past, and I'll openly admit it. But at the end of the day, that's down to frustration. That's down to the lack of strikers options we had at times, and then we got Leigh that's not fully fit, or if he's been out. And look, everybody has gone through a bad experience in life, and there's no point holding grudges against footballers. He's moved on, and I wish him the best in his football career. I wish him the best. If it's going to be Hibs in the future or Dundee, it's a win for Celtic. Leigh's out the club. His contract is being terminated, and that's it. Let's talk about Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe taking his fright, his best thing could ever happen to us. And at the time, I was one of them fans, like majority of these 93 people in here, that was saying, we messed this up. We messed up not getting Eddie Howe. And I was pissed off at the time. And then with this announcement of a random guy I've never heard of before, I had to Google him. And I was in shock. I was like, who's this Ange guy? He's not going to understand Celtic. And when he done the press conference, I got attacked by Aussie Celtic fans for literally criticising this guy, and I didn't do my homework on him. And I'll openly admit it. Like most fans didn't do their homework on Ange. And from the from the media, with the Jerry McCulloch press conference he done on Celtic TV, and then he done a press conference with the media, the introduction of him, and then after post-match games, after European games, and then he's engaging with the fans, and the way he gets on with the media. You got to love the guy. The guy understands Celtic. He knows the values of Celtic. He knows that it's a 4-generation club. Fans from 4 different generations go and support this club week in, week out. He knows the importance of how Celtic was formed. He went to one of Tommy Burns' story nights. He's a humble lad. He's a good coach, and he's at the bringing in some special players, and we're seeing some remarkable football from Ange. His philosophy doesn't always be right. We have dropped points, and that's what happens in football. Not every team is going to go unbeaten. It's consistency, and as I said, we're going through a rebuild structure where there is going to be bumps and bruises in this season. And if you can't accept bumps and bruises, and I know the likes of dropping points to St. Mirren and Livingston is not good enough in some Celtic fans, or especially when you're dropping points to Dundee at home. We should be going out there and mauling these teams. But this is what happens. This is what happens in football. But I think they've learned from these bumps and bruises that you're going to move on. We're in the second part. We're half-time. Second half is just kicked off. And we have new recruits in. We have the fans back in the stadium. And maybe Ange will review his options in the summer and look at getting different coaching staff in. He's at the bringing sports scientists in. He's at the bringing in data analyst guys. There's stuff going on in the background that people don't really look into, And people were criticising Scott Bain's contract extension as well. My opinion on Scott Bain, he's after playing 74 times for Celtic. He was our number one keeper in the treble season. He was our number one keeper. And he's not a number one keeper now. He's like a Saluska. you bring him in when he's needed. And I'm not delighted with it. At the end of the day, it's good news. It is good news that we have Bain there that's 30 years of age and he wants to play for Celtic and he wants to fight for that shirt. And we'll get to see the likes of Barkas moving on, hopefully, in this window. If it's a loan move and option to sell him in the summer, because Celtic are open to selling Barkas. I don't know what the situation with Conor Hazard is, as we spoke many times. Conor Hazard was a quad treble penalty keeper, in that final. 2 remarkable saves. But Hazard, my opinion on Hazard, if a championship team are willing to take him, English championship team, on loan, let him go on loan. Because he's literally stuck in a gut where he can't play B team football because Toby's playing B team football, or he's going to be third choice or fourth choice. I wish he goes on loan. Would you take Lewis Ferguson at Celtic? The midfield we have at the moment, no, I wouldn't. He is a grafter. He's a decent player. He's hard as nails, but just that Rangers background with him there, that kind of turns me off him. But he is a good physical player. But no, I wouldn't take Lewis Ferguson. I'd rather take Hedges than Ferguson, to be honest. That's how I feel about it. Let's see. Watching hockey, talking soccer, football's good. I support the Leafs in hockey. Unfortunately, haven't won the Stanley Cup since 1967. Only 3 points behind now. Pressure on Rangers at Pittodrie. Aberdeen out for revenge after being cheated penalty at Ibrox. Completely agree with you there. For the roaster, what a name. I completely agree with you. I think it's revenge for Aberdeen on the cards. Bruni's going to have them spiced up, ready to go. Dylan McGee, Niall McGinn, Johnny Hayes. Them boys are out for blood tomorrow. They want to go out there and start their new year in style. Stephen Glass is under pressure at that club. And getting results to the likes against Rangers is a massive statement for Stephen Glass. He needs to go out there and get it right. Just go out there and bully them off the ball tomorrow. We could have need that kind of deja vu when we're in 2007 and 8, where Rangers lost the plot and got like 3 or 4, was it 2 or 3 players sent off in the final game when we won the league up in Tannadice. I has that feeling this season it's going to go down to the nail. It's going to go down to the last game of the season. There's going to be a helicopter going the right way. But I haven't looked, obviously the split fixtures haven't been done, so we can't even look that far ahead. We just got to take every game as it comes. We have Alloa on Saturday where Ange should do some changes. Bring Bain in, bring Ralston in, bring Welch in, Scales. If Julian's fit, play Welch in. Because Starfelt, down on a plastic pitch, trying to spray a ball off the pitch. Jesus Christ, I don't know. And I'm not trying to be very bad in Starfelt. I thought aerial performance from tonight, he looked outstanding. But just, as I said, he's finding his feet. He's struggling at the moment with a hand, And McGrath, no, he looks like a good prospect, Jamie McGrath, and I think a move to Aberdeen would suit him well, or a move to Hibs, and then potentially maybe get him in the future. He's a good Irish prospect. He's obviously got the Irish call-ups as well in recent months. But Jamie McGrath, I just think we're better caliber in that wing, and he can play front as well and attacking mid. However, Rangers get a penalty 3.7 games. At the end of the day, all we need to focus on now is just doing what we need to do. Whatever's in front of us, let's just go out there and get the 3 points. If it's nasty football, if it's bullying the players off the pitch, or just literally chasing, pressing everything down and touring teams out and getting them goals. If it's a 5-0 or 1-0, once we don't drop points going into the 2nd of February. That's the most important thing. Nah, he's 27. He's not good enough either. Toy is a water tip. I would take Ferguson to split the family apart. No, we don't need Ferguson. Simple as that. We have enough caliber in that midfield. We don't need Lewis Ferguson. Simple as that. Definitely not. Hope you're well, Reds. Celtic had something about them tonight. I think the first 20 minutes, I think when they was pressing big time. Folks, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please don't hesitate. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to try to do more post-match reactions. It just depends. A busy time the weekends. I don't have the time to do post-match reaction podcast. I've 2 kids to take care of. So if I could get to games, I would get to games. But hopefully it'll be the Conference League I'll be going to. We are Celtic, one and all players have come and players will get fared. We will stay Celtic. Exactly. Hi, Max. Hope you're well. Thanks very much. Smash the button, boys. That's it. Common 777. Hope you're well. Roland, hope you're well. And I appreciate everyone. Folks, once we get to 9,000, that's when I'll sit down and I'll start getting in touch with companies and start getting loads of giveaways done towards the 10,000. That's when we start talking, because at the end of the day, there's frequent people that come in here, and I appreciate it. At the end of the day, I'm not here to make money off this. I'm just here to engage like a normal podcast, have a laugh, have a bit of banter. People don't like my opinion, you don't like my opinion. I can't keep everyone happy. I get a lot of shit on Facebook over it saying, why you're putting up clickbait. Mate, you can't talk. You do a YouTube channel, you come back to me. You know, you're always going to get absolute bandwagons out there that don't have a clue, you know, and we're all tied to opinion. I can't keep everyone happy. And that's the whole point of podcasts and vlogs. It's nice to have a bit of feel-good factor, but still room for improvement. Of course, there's room for improvement. And the first thing that we need to look at, Donny, is the left-back situation. That's concerning. I am actually concerned with Greg Taylor. I know he's been out for months with injuries and stuff, but we really need to look at our options and say, well, let's put Scalesy in there against Alloa the weekend. It's a plastic pitch, but we need to go out there and beat Barry Ferguson's team in the cup. You know, I really believe out straight. If I said this at the start of the season, people would have laughed at me, and I probably would have laughed myself. But I think we could go on and do the Scottish Cup as well. I don't know about the treble. Ask me after the 2nd of February if we win against Rangers and we absolutely hammer them on the pitch, and we can go man to man. You know, boys against men, as they say. If we can go out there and smash them and show them in Celtic Park that this league's come back to where it belongs. Never say never, you know. That's it. No, I don't. To be honest with you, I'd rather not go for the Conference League, and that's my honest opinion. The league is the bread and butter, and there's going to be injuries. You know, there's going to be positions that they're going to be fighting for. I really don't believe the Conference League should be a priority, because financially, it's not worth much. You win the Conference League, you're into Europa League. The league is the most important jewel we need. We need to win that league so we can cash 40 million. We won't get the 40 million straight away. So how it works is we get up to 32 million, and then during the match days, we generate more revenue, obviously with TV money as well coming through as well. So we're guaranteed, at least for the Champions League, playing a Champions League match is 500,000, at least guaranteed from UEFA. Something special on the horizon, boys, 100%. Johnny, there is something special. This channel is something special as well. You know, there's something going on. Hatate was bossing at midfield. You know, he was just a baller tonight. You know, I can't wait to see more of him. Hopefully get a goal soon. The Gooch came on, made his debut. Big Georgios is back. Jota's back. James, he looks fresh. You know, this is looking something promising to be a Celtic fan, you know. Who would have thought this when Ange took over with the same backroom staff that would be playing sexy football like this? We're 3 points behind. 3 points behind the zombies. And let's bring it on. Let's bring it on. At the end of the day, they must be looking behind their shoulder saying now, oh, fuck. Ange and his team are playing really good. And we're just literally handing backhanders to the old referees for a penalty. You know, 9 penalties rewarded in all competitions this season for them. That says a lot. Greg Taylor is the worst player tonight, 100%. And I don't want to be an absolute sod about this. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but if you agree with me, Greg Taylor was not up to standards, just send a thumbs up to that little thumbs up chat thing there below the video, and a sexy subscribe if you haven't. I like the gusto. Why are Jares fans moaning about the winter break? Because they want to play. They want to play an empty stadium. Simple as that. Who wants to play in an empty stadium? You might as well play in your back garden, as Ange said. Who wants to play in an empty stadium? Football is nothing without the fans. And we need that 60,000 fans in there absolutely singing the gaff down. Then disco lights pumping, playing sexy football, letting Hibs go home crying. And you know what? I want to wish Sean Maloney the very best at Hibs. You know, it's his first managerial job. He's done a great job as an assistant manager at the Belgium national team with Roberto. And I wish him the very best. And I hope he gets results against the likes of Aberdeen and Rangers. And he does well with Hibs. He gets Hibs to where they belong, second place in the league one day. In the league one day, not this season, because we're going for fourth place. Let's see what luck. So, yeah. Taylor, Welch, Johnson are very, very good squad players. I do not believe Mikey Johnson should be even starting games. Maybe the weekend against Alloa, because we're playing a lower team. But look, you can't take teams for granted as well. The Alloa will be out. Barry Ferguson will have them pumped up. But come on. We're going to, for fitness-wise, we should go out there and beat them. But they're playing their own pitch, on that plastic pitch. Nothing worse at the end of the day. One of Starfeld's best performances tonight. He found it hard to settle in, didn't he? Like, Martin Boyle made an absolute arse in the first minute, but he got in the game. Aerial threat, I thought he was outstanding, you know. As I said, he just needs to have a bit of confidence, bring the ball up, spraying it over the, you know, just, he done the right things tonight. Like, the ball came in and he cleared it and he got a bad in the right time, you know. He's just, Joe Hart needs to give him the encouragement to take the ball up, and that's what we need, you know. Look, I don't mind them. Hopefully it'd be like Van Gaal when Van Gaal went down with the referees thing against Arsenal. Oh, remember when what's his name? Pedro got broke up by his own player. that was unbelievable. In Andrew Trust, Stephanie, and of course, you know, Rome wasn't built in one day, folks. As I said, we win some, we lose some, we draw some. But if we can come back, talk and Maine, say, you know what, that was a roller coaster of a season. It was brilliant. Like, alone this 6 months we played of football has been completely is clear. It's cleansing my head from the disaster of last season. Coming onto these podcasts last season, having a Celtic civil war with fans, pro Lenny, anti Lenny. It was just embarrassing. It was embarrassing. It just showed that, you know, it was just absolute poison from top to bottom of the club. And look, there is still cracks in the club that need to be addressed. But you gotta give Michael Nicholson some sort of praise. He's after getting these signings in, and you know, Johnny Kenny still has to make his debut for Celtic. More like he'll play B team football and then he'll get a sniff around. But okay, let's see what happens. You know, all I want to say about Michael Nicholson, I'd like to see him engage more with the fans. He is now the CEO. He was the acting CEO after Don McCoy. He needs to come in and get it right and engage with them fans. From that AGM that I read up and from the feedback I've seen on Twitter and other pages, he wasn't engaging with the fans. And the questions that were asked him, like the Bernard Higgins question, they kept fobbing it off. Look, he's not taking the job, as we all know, but could have just said, look, he's not in the running for it, or he is in the running for it. They just couldn't give it an answer. Celtic Football Club, at the end of the day, fans need to feel valued. They don't want to feel like just a number and a customer. It's a business as well, but at the same time, we come from a rich tradition where the fans mean everything, and we're renowned worldwide for being the best fans in the world. So, yeah. Can't believe the refs got changed. So, Bobby Madden is meant to be the referee for the game on the 2nd of February. Now, look at disco lights, Celtic Park, Glasgow Derby, new firm, old firm, whatever you call it. For the Celtic fan that calls it an old firm, I just need you to have a reality check, especially in the 2nd, especially the 14th of February. I need you to sit down and look at social media and realise it's not an old firm. That club was liquidated in 2000 and 10 years ago, 2012. I'm going to say that. So let's get out of your head. Old firm. There's no old firm. You know, the club have taken the title back of Old Firm because it's down to money. But the fans, it's not Old Firm. They died. You know, they died and leave them to it. I'm not going to hear talk about Rangers. I'm going to talk about Celtic and Hibs tonight. Everybody's going to raid the J League one. The only thing I would say about the J League is we haven't got duds so far. Nakamura, I know we didn't get Nakamura directly from the J League, and he was unbelievable. I have a Japan jersey on the way coming. I ordered from a website. It wasn't the original. I wasn't going to go on and spend 120 quid on a jersey, for God's sake. I bought it from a website, 30 quid it cost me. Nakamura's on the back of it. I had to get the King of Japan on the back of it, you know. And I'm sure there's a few years. But if you haven't seen it, folks, there is a Japanese 100-year anniversary jersey, and it's an absolute belt of a jersey. Baby blue with the white colours. Have a look at it. Unbelievable. Oh, is he? I didn't know that now. Madden, I can't stand reffing him. Oh, look at the referees in Scotland, full stop, need to be looked at. And I don't know how these boys get UEFA ratings for, like, you know, officiating Champions League games and Europa League games. It's beyond my belief that these guys can actually officiate these European toys. Like, I'm like, how the hell? They cannot get it right. For example, tonight, Maeda nearly got a boot into the face. And he's like, oh, no, play it on. No high foot, play it on, you know. So, yeah. We are making teams worried when we play them again. Look, we've Kyogo to come back. And I still believe, look at Jack and Macas, all he can do is, if he can come off the bench and win free kicks, what Celtic need to focus on is set pieces, scoring from set pieces. I know I used to roll, we scored from 2 set pieces, Rolson and CCV, but let's just work on the set pieces. And John Hartson talked about it after the game. That's where Celtic need to focus on, getting the set pieces right, you know? So let's see. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead. I'll be ending this now in 10 minutes, folks. It's been a long ass day. The hangover's been bad. Staying until 4 a.m. in the morning watching the Steelers get beaten. It was hard to take. I'm a Steelers fan, folks. You know, and I'm sure they're going to be like, go on the Chiefs, go on the Patriots, go on this, go on the Buccaneers, go on the Ravens. Look, it's all a bit of banter. It's all a bit of banter. Look, I like watching the NFL. I like watching the hockey. You know, I like watching the Gaelic. I like watching the hurling. You know, I like to keep the brain going when it comes to sports. It's good for the old brain. But obviously, number one's the Celtic. Sound like that Dublin junkie. Of course, the Glasgow Celtic. Me number one team. But tell us where they're all from, folks. So I can give you a little shout out there. You know. Wonder when the SPL are getting VAR. They are meant to be getting VAR in next season. That's the reports. Now they've sat down with a couple of referees and former referees like Howard Webb and stuff like that, and they've introduced VAR and they showed them how to work. But it's down to the clubs. It's down to the likes of Sky Sports and the clubs. Like, it's minimum it's going to cost them, as far as I know, is 50,000 to get VAR put in. So it's the clubs around, like the lower half of the table, like the likes of St. Mirren's and the Livies and all that, that are kind of, you know, like, ooh, can afford to get VAR. So yeah, you know. Hatate is like a Rolls Royce of a player. Oh, he's a baller, man. Absolute baller. Unbelievable, Jamie. He just sprayed that ball. He just looks like an absolute boss. You know, he's going to take Scottish football by storm. I'm playing against a really good Hibs side as well tonight. You know. Glasgow, mate, was at the game in the North Stand. That was me waving at the telly. I'm only messing. Fair play. I hope you enjoyed the match. I hope it was an electric atmosphere. I'm well jealous. You know, that blue cream jealousy is clicking in, you know. First time on your show, bro. Thank you very much, Mark. Hope you're well. And please do subscribe if you haven't subscribed, folks. It's all about engagement. Rivaldo. Whew. That's it. I want you to screenshot that, folks. I want to come back to this at the end of the season and send it to me social media. That's a bold ass statement. Rivaldo. What a player. I have him actually. I have a 2002 Brazil jersey, Rivaldo, on the back of it. I will be doing my Celtic collection as well, folks, the away jersey soon. At loan. I went to see Cherry and the boys in that loan. what was the name of that Irish pub? Literally up the road from Supermax, has a little car park. Take something. Can't even think of the name of the place. I went to see Charlie and the Boys not long in 2005. Not 2005, 2015. What a night. What an absolute night. Rubbers are calmed down. What a night. I'm originally from where my father and his father grew up. Planning near Mars. Tewkesbury. Oh, you always have it. Hatate looks super comfortable on the ball. That's why I found even he was barking orders out to like the likes of Callum McGregor, Rogic. Even Rogic tracking back tonight was unbelievable. Like Rogic getting stuck in, like, you know. Joseph, we'll come back to you at the end of the season. You're on the wrong channel. Oh, you always get them. Look, there's always a bit of banter. Big Aiken. I think it was. I can't even think of the name of the pub. It was a tiny ass pub. It was, but it was a good night. Like, obviously, yeah, it was a good night. I enjoyed it. Charlie and the Boys a good laugh. It was just like literally people rocking up in the CR Smith jerseys. I was like, jeez, you wouldn't see this in Dublin. Definitely not. Unbelievable considering where we were this time last year. At 100%, as I said, it was like a Celtic civil war. We were getting as bad as Arsenal fan TV. Some fans were, you know. That's it. Form is temporary. Liquidation is permanent. Just remember that. You know. How does it feel when Leigh Griffiths wins 14 honours and Rangers only have one title in 10 years? But there's no fear in my eyes. I'm actually buzzing. I am buzzing the players. I'm absolutely buzzing the beaches. Alloy Brocks at Celtic Park twice. And you know what? The tears of and the pain of the last season is all going to be cleansed. It's all going to be cleansed. And I'll be seeing the Ange Postecoglou song. And it'll be great. And I'll be popping bottles of champagne outside the Brazen Head. Sitting there in a CR Smith jersey, and I'm going to be loving it. Gio's the man. Gio's done F all. Yes, he's on a bit of a run with you, but he's done fuck all, and he will do fuck all. So, yeah. Monday Hoops. Great stuff, Kate. Keep it up, boy. Cheers, Rob. What's happening? That's it. As I said, we had that lovely t-shirt. Form is temporary. Liquidation's permanent. So, we'll see what happens. So, folks, I'm going to leave it now in 5 minutes. So, did you see how Tate's impression? Oh, it was brilliant, wasn't it? So, the man of the match was announced, and then James Farr was like, you got a man of the match? Unbelievable. Absolutely class, Captain. Absolutely class. Unbelievable. That's it. Worse than Anthony Stokes' headline back in the day. Please. Oh, look at leave him to it. Look at. He wants to come in and have a laugh. If he's enjoying the channel that much, he might as well subscribe to it, because there's a Graham Norton chair pending. You know what? Everybody knows what happens to the Graham Norton chair. Jump, boom, gone. See you later. Gone. Off with you. Enjoy it. Go and look at another Celtic podcast. You got enough record. You got enough showing time. You know. Oh, we do 100%. Like, you look at, like, you know. You look at the comparison, like Golson to Carter Vickers, like, come on. Golson. Now, Golson was a good player from last season with Carter Vickers, like, come on. Carter Vickers is twice the player than Golson, you know. Ralston has been twice the player than Tavernier this season. That's a fact. That is an absolute fact. Maybe Tavernier has a good free kick, you know, good foot on him, but let's be honest. Let's be honest here, you know. Can't be the biggest club in Scotland. You only won one title. You know, come back to me when you actually win a proper European Cup, not a cup that's actually not existent anymore. You know, but yeah, like, let's be Kyogo or Morelos. You know. So look at. Let them think what they want to think. But at the end of the day, we won tonight. Come on, the sheep. Come on, the sheep. Come on, the sheep. Come on, the CSC. Come on, the sheep. The AFC. That's it. That's it. I don't know about honestly, I don't know what about the situation with the allocation. Look, the allocation thing is a topic that a lot of Celtic fans are against. 80% of fans don't want them back in full allocation back at Celtic Park, because we're not guaranteed that they're going to give us back that crappy stand as well. And if they don't, they don't. You know, at the end of the day, both clubs need to come to an agreement from next season. The allocation's back or it's not, because there's no point of watching a game in their stadium while we have no fans there. You know, like at the end of the day, they prefer playing in front of no fans anyway. So, you know, the COVID league, that's what it's always going to be called, the COVID league. And remember, they were crying when the league was called, when it was 13 points. 13 points! Jeez, it'd be on my face after 13 points. Yep. Up the Celts. So, folks, I just want to say thank you very much for watching the podcast tonight. Please do subscribe. It's a bit of banter. As I said, it's only entertainment purposes. I speculate. I say my honest opinion. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You don't have to subscribe to the channel. No one is putting a gun to your head and say, watch this. It's not mandatory. Your free will is to watch the podcast and like my content. At the end of the day, hard work will pay off. And whoever has subscribed and who will come on and watch my video, I really appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart, these are all legends. And that goes out to people that are baldy and that are on the opposition team and are obsessed with my page. Simply obsessed. Go ahead, have a bit of banter, whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, it's just making me cash. You know, it's making me cash. So being busy, good. Hope you're doing well, honest man. Hope you're doing well. And I have to leave it, but there's a post-match reaction video as well there, folks. Have a look at that. And I will be doing a video tomorrow just talking about the goalkeeping situation at Celtic, talking about Bain, Hart, Barkas, Hazard, Toby, Doolan. You know, talking about all these referees. All the referees are shambles. All these goalkeepers. So we'll talk about them tomorrow. But subscribe to the channel. Speak to us all soon. Have a great night. And, you know, keep it lit.